Yo. What's up, what's up, what's up? I haven't seen it yet. I just opened it. I wanted to do it on stream. Resistant skin towers. Don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it for me. Alright. Let's review it together. Let's review it together. We've opened a new PTR for upcoming changes that we're now testing. Woohoo! Fixed an issue that causes the game to hitch every 3 seconds for certain players. I think this is what Witty was talking about. The spikes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is gonna be amazing because I also have it sometimes, which is weird, right? Because apparently some players have it, some players don't. But yeah, it's gonna be amazing if there is no delay or spikes every 3 seconds. Background scenes for campaigns, lightning, reinforced environment, lightning, direction adjusted to match classic HD. Alright, dungeon biome lighting, minor brightness adjustments, map pool updated. Nice, yes! Oh, I really hope that they've added new maps in 4-on-4. That's gonna be so much fun. Balance, items, sentry ward, vision reduced. Alright, I think sentry ward was OP, and it is OP. So I think that this is only for the sentry ward that's for an item, right? It shouldn't also include the sentry ward that's for witch doctors. I think this is a good change. I think sentry ward item is could be like vision in Warcraft is key, right? Like really key. So I think that having the sentry ward reduced vision update is pretty good. Healing ward charges reduced from 3 to 2. This is also very strong. It's very strong in 4-on-4, but it's also very strong in 1-on-1, and I'll tell you why. For certain races, like if you get it with undead, usually late game, because you don't snipe level 6 units on like tier 1. But let's say at some point you get it, you already have statues. So it's not that important because you have free healing. But with Orc, you can pretty much take red camps immediately if you get it. So that gives you a very strong advantage. A lot more than some of the other items that you would sell. Let's say you get Rune Bracers, which is the same tier item, but you're not playing against hero focus damage. Then you just sell it. And you almost never would want to sell Healing Ward unless it's like very, very high level because they kill it immediately. But still, it would allow you to creep super easy. Yo, Windblade, what's up, mate? How are you doing? So I think this is a good change, even though I love the item, honestly. I really like it. So, but I think it's a good balance change. Vampiric Potion added as level 2 drop. I have no idea what that is. Added Rune of Lesser Healing as level 2 drop. Vampiric Potion. Alright. Ring of Protection 4 reduced to 3. Backpack Shop. Yeah, Ring of Protection 4 is a bit OP. It seems a bit strong. Backpack Shop requirement removed. What? You don't have to skill the upgrade anymore? Is that it? Orb of Darkness will now spawn level 2 skeletons. Nice. Alright, Orb of Darkness was probably the worst orb that you can find. The best being probably Orb of Light, the Icy Orb that slows per hit is super imba. You don't have it on 1-on-1 maps, but in 4-on-4 it's just super strong. Jungle of Endurance movement speed increased from 5 to 7.5 and attack rate from 3 to 3.5. Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily know whether the other or auras were with a better ratio towards the level 1 spell. Maybe it has some background behind it. Increase. So both of these have been increased. I already think they're super OP, honestly. But Like they're very strong items. So I don't necessarily understand why the buff, but we'll see. We'll play some games and we'll see. Militia armor reduced from 4 to 3. Yeah, that's militia is already pretty strong, and humans tend to extend militia stay because the militia timing was extended, so that's pretty nice. I mean, I think that's one of the strongest sides of human. Whether this is balanced, I don't know yet. Defend price reduction reduced from piercing reduction reduced. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. That's you can just send 3 footies into an orc base and forget about them for 2 to 3 minutes. This is just impossible to hold. So I think this is a very good change. This was super strong. Defend cost reduced. Search time reduced. All right, defend is quicker, easier to get, but it's not as strong as before. So I guess this kind of balances it out, but it's still very strong. I mean, a footy with defend wins against a wyvern. This is how strong it is. All right, defend. Siphon mana range reduced from 600 to 500. Siphon mana area of effect reduced from 800 to 700. So, siphon manage area of effect. Siphon manage area. What's that? Of effect, area of effect. Reduced from 800 to 700. Slow duration reduced from 60 to 45 seconds. All right. So these are all pretty much all of them very good, and I agree with all of them. Hero range increased from 250 to 350. Very good. Actually, these are things that I've already heard. I think Back to Warcraft. This is from Back to Warcraft. All right. I don't know about the rest. I don't remember because I also watched their suggestions, but this is very good. Priests and the animation and the healing is just not working properly, right? So this is a very good, like compared to how shamans work, sorks and like all the other casters. This is now better because they still don't change the way that they work, which is bad. But from what Back to Warcraft said, it's just the way that they work is hard to change, the heal itself, but increasing the range is a good thing. Arcane Vault, so this is a buff. Slow duration reduced. So this is a nerf, nerf, nerf. I think overall, those are all nerfs. This is a buff. Arcane Vault requirement removed from Dragon Hawks and Cloud upgrade. Alright, so you can go quick Dragon Hawks without an Arcane Vault. Cool! Invisibility range increased from 300 to 400. So these are all the buffs, nerfs, and this is all buffs, where I think this is pretty good. You don't see a lot of invis play, but you do see it in one-on-one in some cases. So you don't see that against... you see it against Orc, maybe against Night Elf sometimes, but you don't see a lot of Sorks against Night Elves. So against Orc and Undead, so I guess in Human Mirror and against Orc. So this is addressing Orc, this is addressing Orc, this is addressing all of them, right? But this is addressing Orc and maybe Night Elf. And this is addressing Pala Rifle. Not sure in what scenario you would like to go quick Hawks, where you don't need a shop, but that's okay. Orc. Mirror Image cooldown increased from 3 to 5 seconds. I agree, Mirror Image is a strong spell. I don't not necessarily think that it's too good, but if I need to point out something from Orc that's very strong at the moment, it's Mirror Image. So I agree with this. Torrent now have resistance skin by default. This is super strong. I have no idea why. Like, if you get to Torrents against Paladin, it's over for the Poly Rifle guys. Because resistance skin is against physical damage, right? special unit property, passive ability, and upgrade. Resistant units are treated as if they were heroes. They follow the same targeting behavior as heroes and effect on resistant units as long as they would last on heroes. It reduces the duration of negative. Oh, okay. It's for spell damage, not the immune to certain spells. Oh, so you can't devour Taurans anymore. So in 1-1 Orc Mirror, you can't devour Tauren anymore. Oh my god. You can't devour, you can't possess. Yeah, exactly, Demi. You can't devour, you can't possess. Oh, this is super strong. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Honestly, maybe if it was a research upgrade, lightning orb cost reduced to, oh my god, damage against summons increased. Really? This is the strongest orb already. And I think this is something that Back to Warcraft again suggested, but this is the strongest orb already. And I don't agree with this one, but I do agree with this one because the purge is not good enough. I mean, it's a joke against summons. Now it actually makes sense because it does damage. So this is also addressing orc versus human and orc mirror. And Venom Spear's damage per tick reduced from 4 to 3. Alright. Oh wow, a nerf on Wyverns. Windrider level reduced from 4 to 3. Sentry, Stasis, and Healing Wards are now magic immune. Alright. Good. So this is also from Back to Warcraft. This is where they can't be stolen. The idea is that you can attack them, but you can't steal them with human. And obviously you can't dispel them. You need to attack hit them, which is pretty strong, I think. Because stasis, if they go in this, it's over. You can't do anything unless you reveal. Yeah. I maybe think that this could have been addressed from the human side more as than addressing it from the orc side. So making it more challenging for humans to steal those instead of orcs to have it. But so this is a nerf, this is a buff, this is a buff, this is a buff, this is a nerf, both of them. This is a buff, this is a nerf, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, in my opinion, this doesn't really matter because they get killed either way, so it doesn't matter. I don't understand exactly what this is addressing, but okay. Great whole build time from 140 to 125. So historically, Orc has the worst expansion rate, and this is something that Back to Warcraft spoke about as well. And it's very hard to expand with Orc, like really hard to expand with Orc. So it feels like this is addressing the issue. I don't know what you guys think, but it feels like this is addressing the issue. So now Orc can see more tier 1 expansion, tier 2 expansion. So because it's very easy to pretty much cancel it with each race. And each race can expand to tier 1, not Orc. First of all, it's very expensive. Great Hole costs 385, if I'm not mistaken, 345, something like that. And it builds for 140 seconds, where if you think about Undead Gold Mine, it's 220 gold. So yes, it's also easy to cancel, but it's 220 gold. This is almost twice the money. So I think this is a good change for Orc. I agree with this. I'm not sure what I think about this, but at the first glance, I don't agree with this, definitely. But let's see. Maybe it's actually good because Taurans don't see any play anyway. So maybe it proves to be too strong and they reduce it. I think this is good. The second one, the first one, I think Lightning Orb is still the best orb, so it should stay a little bit more expensive. I guess that this is too good versus Undead because you see Happy losing to it every now and then. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this yet. I don't think that necessarily this is the reason why you would lose Envenomed Spears, but because you don't die to that poison damage, right? Windrider level reduced. I don't know what this is addressing as well, so that would be nice. This is super good for Orc. Whether I agree with it, I'm not sure. It's just, especially in Form 4, this is gonna be a big issue because the battles in Form 4 have 300 pop versus 300 pop, and if you don't use destroyers to dispel and spellbreakers to steal, it's very hard to kill those because they're behind 27 units, right? So you can't actually physically reach there and hit them, or it's at least very hard to do so. So I think it makes it super bad for 4-on-4, although it could be a good change for 1-on-1. But this is not a good change in my opinion. Maybe they're only considering how it should look in 1-on-1, and I agree. But in 4-on-4, this is just I don't know. It's just too bad. I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, this is not gonna last. Healing Orb duration, that's totally fine. If you take 10 seconds out of the duration without being killed, it's already too strong. So I don't think that it's an issue. And I think this is a good thing because now we're gonna see more variety and more different strategies, which is amazing. Because with Orc, it's pretty much Farseer or TC, Farseer or Blade fast tech, right? Night Elf, all right. We are going to races that we understand less and less. Nature's Blessing lumber cost reduced. Yeah, Nature's Blessing lumber cost is huge, and it gives you things that are pretty good. Armor, which is very nice because you're like if you were playing against an expansion, they can supper your your expansion very quickly. So this is good. It gives some balance to Night Elf, like a little bit. Huntress Hall cost reduced. I think Huntress Hall is already very expensive because it's very expensive both gold and lumber wise. It has more upgrades than the other bases. So let's say Blacksmith has only attack and defense upgrades. This one has more. So it maybe makes sense to be a little bit more expensive, but it's just super expensive, right? It's Blacksmith is 40 gold, all right, 40 lumber, and this is twice. Even with the reduced, it's twice. And Night Elf is not that efficient, and against human, it's very hard to counter the Archmage Footy harass on your wisps. So this is a good change for Night Elves, and I think they've been struggling against human for some time. So I think this is both good. These are both good changes for Night Elf. Moonstone duration increased from 30 to 45 seconds. I mean, they've been playing with the moon juice for quite some time, right? So I think that Moonstone duration increase is actually good for Night Elves because they're addressing what the Night Elves have been saying, that it's if you're facing an aggressive opponent or you need to stop an expansion and sacrifice a lot of HP and mana, then it's over for you if they held the expansion. So that gives some flexibility in mid game, I think, which is good. Yo, Mouse, what's up, mate? How are you doing? There is a patch. There is a PTR patch. So this is a test environment. We could try it. Yep, finally. Very good, very good. The hype is big. Ultravision research time reduced. Okay, good. I think Ultravision is very strong, but there are things that are better that cost that don't take as long to be researched. So I think that this is a good change for Night Elf. So Orb of Venom damage per tick reduced. Yep, Orb of Venom is super strong. I agree with that. Mana burn range reduced. All right, this is also coming from Back to Warcraft, and I think this is a good change. Mana burn is a horrible spell. Everyone hates it, and this is the only way Night Elves are doing some um, damage in the beginning. I think that this is a good change, not necessarily against Mountain King and Dreadwort, but this is a way for other races to play something different than Archmage and Death Knight against Demon. At least not a bad change. And I think with all the buffs here, they can afford some nerfs here and here. Mountain Giant food cost reduced from 7 to 6. I think this was the case some time ago, like 5 years ago. They were playing with the food amount for an MG again, right? Am I wrong? When it will be in game. So it's gonna be some time of testing, and then they're gonna review the results, and then they're gonna release the ones that they agree with, or the ones that they don't agree with. They either remove or rework. On that, Wand of Negation charges increased from 2 to 4. Let me open the window because it's Wand of Negation charges increased from 2 to 4. That's actually pretty good. Wand of Negation is, first of all, I don't think it does enough damage. So at least having more charges is good. It's gonna address Archmage level 3 or Farseer level 3 harass on peasants. It's gonna address Mirror Image as well. So this is, I think this is pretty strong. It's also going to address things if you face them until you have Destroyers. So I think that this is not a bad change. I think in one-on-one against like in Mirror and against Crypt Lord play, well, let's say you're DK against Crypt Lord, and even against Death Knight with Skellies, I think this is gonna be strong. So Wand of Negation could actually see some play now, which is amazing. I love it. Ritual Dagger cost reduced. Yep, Ritual Dagger is used mainly for, I mean, it's also used for some healing, right? But it's mainly reduced to deny experience, which on pro level is pretty big. But charges reduced. All right. So you need to, no. So you're gonna use it for healing more than just denying. All right, I get it. So this is nice, right? If you deny a unit, you're not allowed to heal. So I think this is actually a good change. I think this is one of the changes that I like the most about it. Because denying units with zero effort is something that you don't want for the game. Denying units should be a skill thing, not 100% easy click thing. So I very much agree with this. So you either deny just one or you heal. Either way, I really, really agree with this. Very good change. Yo! Yo, Bucky. Thanks, mate. Oh, I love your new favorite emote. I think it's very fun. Thanks for the sub, mate. Appreciate it. You are amazing. But my favorite emote is this one. And I don't know how can you find a different favorite emote when this is even better. We're doing a review on the patch notes. I don't know what you think. Yeah, you know. So do you know where is, let's see, slow duration, range. There's some things that I'm not sure what they mean. Siphon manage area of effect reduced. So I understand that the range reduced, but this one, what the hell? I think mostly good changes. There are some things I don't agree with. I don't agree with this. Maybe it's good, we'll see. But I understand that they're trying for tolerance to see some play. That's when you're casting max range. Oh, all right, got it. So I don't necessarily agree with this. I don't necessarily agree with this as well, because I think Orp is super strong. I agree with this. I'm a big fan of this. I think this is super strong. I think this is a very bad change for random team scene. For 1-on-1, I think it's great, but for 4-on-4, 3-on-3, even 2-on-2, this seems very strong because it's a lot harder to hit wards behind 200 pop army than it's behind 40 against 40 or 60 against 60. So I don't think this is a good change. Even though it's perfect for 1-on-1, but I don't think that this works on all matchups or levels. Orc insane buffs, yep, insane buffs. But it's great because it's gonna add some variety for Orc. Magic immune is ridiculous. Yeah, this is not a good change. Not a good change. Mana burned, I agree with this. For Night Elf, I pretty much agree with everything, honestly. I'm not sure I agree with this. I think that this used to be 6, then it was 7, they put it 6, then put it to 7 back. There was a time where they did the Keeper patch, where people would play Keeper, Glaive Throwers, Mirror, which was bizarre. But this was, I think, just before that or after it. And then they reverted back to 7. I'm not sure what's the play there, but Mountain Giants don't see a lot of play in 1-on-1 against, unless you're playing against rifles. Now, maybe they will see a little bit more. It's not just going to be just bears. And now Undead. So Wand of Negation, perfect. I very much agree with both of these. Ritual Dagger healing increased. All right, I agree with all of these. So the point of Ritual Dagger initially was to heal, not to deny. And I think denying units with 0 effort and 0 chance of error is super strong, and it shouldn't be the case. So they've made it so you can only do it once. And the focus here should be for the dagger to be used for healing, not for denying. So I agree with it. Frost Nova range reduced. All right. I never thought that Frost Nova range is too big, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. Nova is not a bad spell. Burrow research time reduced. Yep, Burrow is a great spell, but it's countered very easy, and it also takes some time to get burrowed, and then you could still die. So I think that at least getting it quicker works better. Block to reduce from anti-magic shield. Yep. All right. This is a great change. I think that anti-magic spell from Banshees is super OP, and I totally agree with this. I think this is one of the best changes so far, as well as the ones with Wand of Negation and the Orc main base. And the Rubian Tower cooldown reduced from 1.3 to 1 second. Alright, they have been playing with the type of damage of the towers, and I think that having better attack speed is also good. Undead towers are okay. I think that other races have more more to offer when it comes to tower play. So I think that's an okay-ish. Make the most OP tower in the game. Shoot faster. I mean, it dies to 1 supper and a hit, right? So maybe this won't affect Happy, but it will affect some other undeads. And it's I think the what they're trying to address here is human versus undead. Undead gets their expansion canceled a lot easier than humans, and you can pretty much cancel the expansion with 2 footies and a water rally level 3. So if you're able to slow more than 1 unit and you micro the tower better, you have a chance to survive. So I think they're taking back to Warcraft suggestions is to improve expansion play for all races, make sure and improve tier 3 play for all races. And I think that's what they're doing. Web is now available on tier 1. No, I don't know. What? No. I mean, web is expensive, right? It's not a cheap upgrade. But the whole thing of you going fast tier 2 with Orc against Dreadward expansion is because they can't counter it if you are able to... No. No. No, no. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. What do you guys think? No. No, 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 no. This is not a good. No, no, no. 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 No, no, no. Carrion Storm, level 2 damage increased. Really? Alright, I don't understand this. Carrion Swarm 2 and 3 is super strong. Carrion Swarm 1 is total garbage. So why would you increase damage on level 2, not on level 1? Just a little, like with 5 or 10. It's already one-shotting. Oh, I think I know why. It's already one-shotting. It's already one-shotting wisps at level 2. I think it's not one-shotting peons, two-shotting peons. So if you think you use, like, it's two-shotting peasants, but not peons. So I think what they're trying to do here is to make sure that Dreadwort can see some play against Orc. All right, not necessarily a bad change here, but it's still. I think Dreadwort is in a good spot. So let's see how that plays. I love playing Dreadwort, so I'm not necessarily unhappy with this. But again, it's very hard to play against Dreadwort with Human and with Night Elf if you don't scout. Let's say they manage to get an expansion and just try to kill your units. I remember playing against Bucky in 4-on-4, and he just won with a single Dreadwort because he got Robe of Magi or Khadgar's Pipe or something. So it was a 4-on-4 game, so mistakes are not easily punished. He just came with a Dreadwort 3 times in my base and everything died. So I'm not sure that this is a good change for team games. We'll see. Gargoyle, ground-based damage reduced by 1. Because they're super damage dealers against ground, alright. Maybe this is to address Night Elf versus Undead, because Garks are pretty good against Wisps and Dryads. I really wish they made side note explanations on their changes like they do in StarCraft. Yep, that would have been amazing. Maybe they would do this for the official version, not for the PTR. But I don't remember them doing it a lot in the past couple of years. There are some things that I think that are super good, right? Like this change for the One of Negation, like the Ritual Dagger, and they're just things that I'm not sure I understand what's the point and what they're trying to address. Like, what are you trying to address here? Is it human expansion against Undead? So Lich can't just go in and Nova the Peasants twice and remove the whole line regardless of how many towers there are? Maybe, but I'm not sure. Spiked Carapace damage return from 15, 13, 45. There should be a percentage here, right? This is percentage, not pure damage. 75% damage? Really? I mean, you realize how this is gonna look against Blade Grunts, right? Or Archmage Footies, or Mountain King Footies. Oh my god, I'm not sure I agree with this one. Yes, Spark Carapace is not the one that does the most damage. It doesn't see a lot of play. I don't know. Usually, Crypt Lord doesn't have enough mana to go stun Beetles. Sometimes they do, based on what items they find. But I think this is a wrong remake of the spell. It's just increasing the damage. I think it could be something different. Maybe give one extra armor or something instead of what this is now. Neutral. Level 1, Rain of Fire increased from 7 to 800. Dark Ranger Drain Life can now transfer life to a friendly unit. Good. This is a great change. Dark Ranger doesn't see any play unless you're an undead with a third hero or second hero Dark Ranger when you push, and you never see life drain. You never see life drain. Dark Ranger drain transfer to a friendly unit is crazy. Change that makes a lot of new possibilities. Strats. Imagine going Paladin, Blood Mage, Dark Ranger, Paladin with would never die. I mean, that's partially true, but you can never heal the Dark Ranger with the Paladin, so it's not that OP. With DK, yeah, with DK is weird because they can heal each other. But I think that makes it a little strong. But again, against, like, I still don't think you'll choose that in a serious game, especially on high level, like where Bucky's playing. I don't see you're still gonna see that unless you're trolling. It's just skellies are very good for push, and silence is just one of the best things you can do if you're good with micro. So I still don't think you're gonna see this. Yo, guys, wow. Cyclones joined the precious ones. Thanks for the sub, mate. I really appreciate it. So I've had like 1 or 2 subs up until the 20th of March. So not much. And now in just the past 2 days, I get like 3 or 4. You guys are amazing. I already have like 6, 7 in a month. You guys are amazing. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the support, really. It makes it all worth it. Anyway, moving on. And big thanks again. I mean, this is amazing change. It's gonna add some variety on my level and lower, but I still don't see on a pro level this is gonna change anything. Level 1 Rain of Fire increased. Is that Pit Lord spell, Rain of Fire? And what's increased? Is that range? Or like range for the spell? Or range for how far you can cast it to? Appreciate the insights into the PTR info. Thank you, mate. Hope that helps. All right, creeps. Poison trends no longer have entangled roots. HP increase from 200. Poison trends. Warcraft 3. Image. Oh, alright. Spitting spider armor type change from heavy to medium. Yeah, those freaking spiders are super annoying and super strong. They need to die immediately. So I agree with this change. It's very hard to creep them, even though you're always aiming to creep them because they give like good, they're green camps, they give good items, but it's a nasty creep camp to creep, so I agree with this. Giant spider HP reduced, Satyr hair color level reduced. All right, those are very annoying creeps anyway, and they're on 4-on-4 maps. Giant wolf stock delay increased. Satyr Shadow, immolation damage reduced from 10 to 5. Oh, these are for the Satyr, I think, again. And Tango duration. Oh, these are some craps have the Entangle. What was the Makura? The Soul Ape Man favorite photo. Frost Nova slow decreased. Alright, those were Unholy Frenzy, HP drain reduced, Brilliant Sour reduced, creeps, regeneration. Alright, so those are from the ones that you can buy on the ATR maps, or you can possess, or you can purchase sometimes, or that give to each other. Parasite duration, Blizzard, casting time reduced, Rain of Fire casting time reduced, Skink movement speed reduced, I don't know what it is. Apprentice Wizard HP, Fallen Priest damage increased, Lightning Lizard. Alright, Salamander. I mean, I don't have necessarily an opinion on this. It could be good, it could be bad. I don't think I can deep dive into this. Overall, I very much like 80% of what they've done. For 10%, I'm not really sure it's a good call. And for the last 10%, I think it's a hard no. So the things that are hard no for me, again, hard no is defend, siphon mana, slow, pure range, arcane volt, resistance skin. Maybe I'm wrong, we'll see. Lightning Orb cost. I think it's a lot better than Human's Orb, which again has not been addressed here. So it should be better because it should be more money because it's better as an orb. This is a hard no. Definitely horrible, horrible, horrible change. Very good change. Hard no. What's hard no? Frost Nova, Burrow, Anti-Magic, Shield Block. This is a very good change as well. This is not ideal. As Bucky said, we'll see. But it's not ideal. This is hard no. This is a very, very... This is up there with Orcs immune to magic. This is not a good change for me. So there are just 2 or 3. And I don't think this is a good one as well. Just because I think they're going in the wrong direction with the spell. But apart from that, I like most of it, and I think some of them are very creative. I think this is gonna be amazing to try out. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of play still because it's just the other 2 skills are preferred, but it's gonna open the door to more variety, which is all we want, right? We want more variety, more strategies, better games. This is amazing. The only thing that's missing again is fixed banning reporting system. We need community management, and this is gonna go on YouTube. Even if it's not gonna be viewed by thousands of people, it's still gonna go on YouTube. We need BNet to have a decent system. It needs to work properly like every single other game. And I'm not even comparing this to W3 Champions. It's just ruining the experience for so many people that are coming back or have been loyal to the game for so many years. I think this is a must-have in every single game where you have team games, right? Where you have mutual experiences being ruined by other people. You need to be able to punish leavers, team killers, AFKers. You need to have a system where this is punished. Reporting, you may think is working because you are able to file in a report, but when you see accounts with 40,000 games where they've left 30,000 of them or been AFK in 30,000 of them, this is not a working system. It needs to be fixed. So this is what we're missing, and it's a big hit for everyone that's playing any kind of team games. And the other thing that's also missing is reconnection to, like, whenever you get disconnected. I'm shooting in the dark. I don't know how complicated it is to do it, but it will be a great advantage to what's actually happening. All right. Julia Blade Master, Human says Human got nerfed. I mean, I think Human was in a little better state than other races, and I think this was recognized by all races. This is a big nerf because taking damage to militia is what you want in the beginning instead of footies and hero. So you're splitting damage between between militia and water elements. So this is a nerf indeed, not ideal. But keep in mind that footies have 2 armor, right? If I'm not mistaken, and militia had 4, so they're actually twice as strong. And humans can creep whatever they want with militia if they're not punished for it. So I think that this gives a little bit more variety to less variety to human and what they will need to do, and they need to micro better. So this is mainly going to affect lower tier humans as myself. I think this is an amazing change, and it's addressing human versus orc matchup. I think this was needed, and it was strong for way too much time. Night Elves was Zimba and got buffed more. I don't want to play anymore. I don't agree with that, mate. Honestly, you need to look at win rates, and if you see win rates race to race on W3 champs, you're gonna see that it's mostly 50% win rate for each race, and the variety comes with like half to 1% difference. So let's say 49% versus 51% or 48% versus 52%. So you're trying to address a percentage, like 1 or 2% difference. Yes, Night Elf was strong against certain races, but not as strong against others. So Night Elves have been struggling against undeads for quite some time, but have been strong against orc for quite some time. So it's an equation that you need to take so many variables into account, so you do a proper update that makes everyone happy. And keep in mind that this is a test environment. Like that you can still play until this is live, and then they will see the feedback and how this patch is performing. And after that's done, they will release it. So that doesn't mean that they're gonna release everything or that they're gonna release it in the way that it's scripted here. It just means that this is the direction they're going for. Most of these changes have been suggested by Back to Warcraft, who are a lot more experienced. Even though I have thousands of games and 20 years into the game, they're still a lot more experienced and have a better understanding of the game. So what I think now is the goal is to make sure that all races have equivalent chances to play expansion play, which is nice. It gives more variety and more strategies. And as you said, there are some things that are not ideal, but we'll see. All right. That was super exciting. That was my first patch review as a streamer, so I really, really enjoyed it. Thanks for the balance. You guys did an excellent job. Reworked the entire graphic. The creeps change are good to mapper, open a lot new combo and that are set to be used. Very nice changes. Big thanks to Remo Dimo and other community influencers. That was the best patch review you've ever done. Indeed. So far, right? Because we can do better or worse next time. That's cool, but where is Reign of Chaos? Okay. I don't want to live in a world where Demon Hunter is still OP. Oh, cool.